Neither
I
am
was never.
I.
I was never.
Neither.
I know that. I
Okay,
know
hold on.
that.
Pause.
I
Pause.
know that.
Most black
Right.
people that come out of the church or come out of
Hmm.
Islam or whatever
Right.
are conservative.
All right, but stop right
So,
there. Then why did folks, and I'm not talking about you specifically, but then why did folks on the left let the left get away with trying to pull everybody to the extreme left when y'all know that ain't us? Why?
Experience Karen Hunter in a completely different way. Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're going to love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome.
Democrats didn't do that. And so because of that, and then they made everybody feel guilty that challenged Biden and the Democrats on that. It's like, oh my God, you need to be canceled. You need to be pushed out if you're not gonna ride with this because this is our strategy. No, it was flawed. And then Obama comes up in there once Kamala Harris is in the mix, who, by the way, couldn't get to Iowa in 2020, but suddenly she the savior after June 27th. And then Obama rolls up on brothers. If we don't vote for her, it's misogynistic. What? Now, I ask a question rhetorically. I understand that us as brothers could be a lot better in a lot of categories. If there's one thing we love, it's our black women. Come on now. You can't do that. I'm talking about collectively. Don't give me the exceptions that are out there that are different. The vast majority of men out there, we revere black women because black women are who take care of us. They raised us. They nurtured us. They cared for us. Don't come to us telling us and accusing us of being misogynistic. That was low on Obama's part. Let's call it what it is. It was low. It didn't stop me from voting for Kamala, but I didn't appreciate that. I really, really didn't. I didn't like that at all. There are several different ways to skin a cat. I listen to Urban View Radio. I listen to you. You know, you're my girl. I listen to so many people that I grew up with that I know have a different ideology than what you hear being spewed on the right. Fair enough. But my point is, let's not let the left in its extreme, in its fringes, get away with trying to guilt us into doing what they want us to do when they're flawed. No, up your game. Get your stuff together. You handle your business and then come talk to me about how I should feel and how I should be, as opposed to trying to guilt me into following along with your weak ass flawed strategy that lost this last election to somebody who shouldn't even have been back in the race.
period. Should not have been. Should be in jail right now. It's Karen Hunter speaking. Stephen A., what's the solution? Because I'm all about how do we get from point A to point B. And let me just say this, while I do know that there are levels to this, for me, I look at this, what this is right now, and you've reached everything, and I'm so proud of you. So let me just say that I am very proud that you had a vision and a mission, you stuck to it, and you did it. Blueprint. But as you said, there are many different ways to get to a place, and everybody has their thing, and everyone should have their thing. Like, what is your thing? I know what my thing is. I'm in it.
I'm a centrist. I'm not extreme left. You know me. I was never for woke culture.
Neither am I.
I know that. I
Hey,
know
hold on,
that.
pause.
I know that.
Most black people
Right.
that come out of the church or come out of Islam or whatever are conservative.
All right, but stop right there. Then why did folks, and I'm not talking about you specifically, but then why did folks on the left let the left get away with trying to pull everybody to the extreme left when y'all know that ain't us? Why?
It's because I think politically we don't recognize that we are the people with the power. We this is how you come to our church, you're running for office, and then we say what you're going to do for us, as opposed to here's what you're going to do. So there haven't been, and there's a leadership vacuum last 40, 50 years. The quote unquote people who used to push the Ella Bakers behind the scenes and the A. Philip Randolphs and the folk that were in the streets pushing the envelope, the Fannie Lou Hamers showing up and busting people right between the eyes. We don't have that. We have grifters. We have people who know how to play the game, and I'm saying this on purpose. Who know how to go get those checks, who know how to keep the natives at bay. They have their conferences. People show up. They exchange money. They exchange, ideals, and then they fall in line. And then we are like sitting here, the masses, like, what the F? I'm still not getting any resources. We have a Congressional Black Caucus. I'm not going to say much about that. And all of these legacy organizations that are supposed to be doing the work, and they're not. Now it's back on us. So to your point, by the time we get these candidates, we're like, okay, I'm gonna say this.
Right.
At that point, Biden, okay, like what? So we replace Biden? Do we have a primary? Like, this is an existential threat to our humanity and to our lives. I'm gonna go with, if Biden ain't breathing, I'm riding with him until there's something different, because I know what that is.
But the problem was, see, you're talking about what you're riding with. I was talking about he's not going to beat Trump. You see what I'm saying? He's not going to beat Trump.
We will never know that. We will never know that.
Well, let me explain why. There was too much ammunition against him in terms of his debilitated health. So, in other words, it was clear that at some point he wasn't running the country. That's what I'm saying. You were looking at him in a lot of the people's eyes because you're saying, nah, I've seen my grandmama like that. I've seen my grandpa like that. I've seen my old uncles and aunts like that. Nah, this ain't right. So I'm saying that's all I mean by that.
I know.
That's all I mean by that.
What I'm saying is Anthony Blinken, and the cabinet that he had, Lloyd, all of the
I'm not questioning that.
So what I'm saying is, in terms of keeping the country moving in a direction
right,
where we get our Social Security, I'm never getting Social Security. So I'm fighting for things where we have a direction where we're not going to World War III. And, you know, like, I'm like, even if the man's not breathing, not running the country, I know that the system that he has put together, whether we're talking about the infrastructure bill that now will give broadband to people that don't have it. I'm looking at that beyond. And this is what I'm saying about political maturity. It's like, it's not about the person.
Well,
you're voting for more than just that person.
No. This is where you and I are diametrically opposed.
Experience Karen Hunter in a completely different way. Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is Awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power, a 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.